Hello everyone, Tina Summers here, and today I'm going to give you some awesome tips on how to make money as a fashion designer. Just a little bit of background about myself. I started my first clothing line in 2007 and I called it Cowgirl Heaven. It was a party dress line full of colorful, vibrant prints, designs, mini skirts, halter dresses. It was fabulous. It just represented every girl who wanted to be a princess. At that time, I did several fashion shows. I was in LA Fashion Week LA, I did Project Ethos, I did any fashion show in LA, I was there. No matter if it was at the park, in somebody's backyard, I just wanted to get my name out. Now that was all great, and the marketing was phenomenal because I put myself out there as a designer. But there was only one issue. I wasn't bringing in the money I needed to reinvest back in my clothing line. I had to think of other helpful ways to fund my investment as a designer. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. The first thing I did was create a website. Now, a website is a very important tool as a fashion designer because a lot of upcoming designers can't afford rent for an actual boutique. You can actually create a boutique online, and there's also some awesome websites to where you can create it for free. The route I went was Etsy. That's www.etsy.com. Awesome for independent designers. I just uploaded 100 products and just left it there. Now Etsy is an awesome tool because they do your marketing for you. I didn't have to pay a dime for marketing. People come to Etsy specifically to search out independent designers like myself. Now the first year on Etsy, I actually brought in $25,000. Now a lot of that went back into my business, but that was an awesome step up for me as a designer who never made a dime for my creation. Not only that, from Etsy, I was able to gain 3 wholesale accounts. The second step was to actually go out and meet with potential customers or potential buyers. And the best way to do that was to rent a booth at your local farmers markets, craft shows, holiday bazaars, or even bazaars that are at high schools or schools. That way you can meet with people face to face and let them know that you exist. You can give them your card and network. When I first started doing that, I made anywhere from $300 to $500 an event. Now, I rather do the small bazaar rather than the big trade shows. Trade shows like Magic can run you anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 for a booth space. That could be for one day or a couple of days. Not only that, you have traveling expenses and you have to be prepared to create large quantities of your products. So that's a huge investment. If you want to start off and just to get a feel on how a trade show might work, I'd say go for the bazaars. The third step I took to help reinvest back into my clothing line was styling. I did a lot of trade for print in the beginning. Now this was great because not only was I able to build my portfolio for free, I got a lot of connections with top-notch photographers in the industry who later did favors for me when I needed my lookbook shot. After that, when my portfolio became caliber as a stylist, I got gigs working with celebrities. And getting your products on celebrities and having it seen on top-notch fashion blogs can bring potential clients to your website. The next step I'm going to give you was a bit of a struggle for me, and that's custom making clothes. In the beginning, I designed my dresses and I wanted people to buy those dresses, but I was getting a lot of requests to do some nip and tucks and to recreate it to satisfy the customer's needs, and I was kind of upset. As an artiste, I felt they should purchase my creations how I created it. But when I got older and wiser and I needed the money, I began to become more lenient and understand the customer's always right. So don't be afraid to branch out and custom make pieces. As a designer, I know a lot of our goals is to have our clothing on the front page of Vogue or Elle magazine. But it's so hard to get on the cover, let alone in the magazine. So why not partner up with small independent magazines as maybe their style director or head stylist? And that's exactly what I did. I partner up with an awesome magazine, and it's called Nikki Jean Magazine, Women Surviving Life. And it's an online and digital magazine that's geared to helping women reach their dreams in every aspect of life. I play the head creative director, and I style all the photo shoots, I direct all the photo shoots, and do the visuals for the entire magazine. Not only am I able to have my creations be seen in the magazine and get published, but I also get paid from magazine sales. So that's another awesome way to reinvest back into your clothing line. Now this last tip I'm going to give you has a lot to do with networking, fashionistas, and yeah, you might have get it, fashion shows. In the beginning, as a fashion designer, I know that one of the main things on your mind is to have your clothing be shown on that sexy catwalk. Now when I first started out, I did several fashion shows. Pretty much I didn't get into the fashion shows that I wanted to get into. I sent so many emails and got 0 replies. Now my motto is, if you can't beat them, join them. So I decided to link with a fashion company or a fashion production company and offer my assistance because I couldn't afford that designer processing fee. I tried to link up with this, I'm not going to say the name, fashion show company here in Los Angeles, and they wanted to charge designers $10,000. Now I'm a lady, but not that kind of lady. That's 10 times what I'm not. So it's super expensive for independent designers, especially if you're trying to live off your craft. There's no way you can afford that if you don't have sponsors. I was blessed enough to find LA Fashion Week Design Competition, and they were looking for designer coordinators. So I was like, this is my opportunity. The show was such a success, they had their first event in October, and they flew in Dom Strader. Yes, she's the winner of Project Runway. And I was even able to showcase my pieces in the show. From that, we were featured in the magazine that I work for, Nikki Jean Magazine. So it was a win-win. I hope these tips help you. And if you know any other tips that can possibly help up-and-coming designers, please leave those ideas below. Also subscribe to my channel because you're great. Till next time, thank you. Bye.